Okay, today I have something kind of fun for you. Picked up a bunch of these vintage like prayer cards from an estate sale the other day, and it was kind of an interesting thing. Estate sale was huge. I mean, just it was an old farmhouse, kind of out in the sticks, and went there, and they just had, I mean, table upon table upon table of just old magazines and ephemera and cards and all that. So I was poking around and that stuff because I do prefer, or I do like ephemera if you haven't noticed. And I saw this old box here, this little nondescript box. And I opened it up, and all these cards were in there. And as far as I can tell, they all seem to be all from the 1930s. Like I said, they're all prayer cards, but a lot of them seem to be like samples. So I'll show you like some of these here. So like we have this Saint Jude one. Let me see. Get that get into focus. A little better. Of course it there. Yeah, and so on the back of that one, it has like a little order sheet here. Let's see. Again, sample of St. Jude picture number 100B, $3 per thousand, da-da-da. So yeah, there's that one. And then there's this one here, which again, all the same thing, just all the things about St. Jude. There we go. So there's those two. And then we had this one, which we thought was like kind of like a funeral card. Let me get it to focus here. Yeah, so you see that one there. And we had some of these other ones. I think one of them, I'm trying to remember which one, was from, it said it was printed in Italy. But as you can see, I mean, these are pretty, the colors are very fantastic, and a lot of these scenes are very pretty. A lot of things, oh, here it is, I think it was this one. Yeah, as you can see, I think that was at 1934. You can see Italy, printed in Italy. So that's why we kind of guessed all these were 30s, because there's a couple prayer sheets that have 1930 in there too. So there's that one, and they do all seem to be Catholic. I'm not a Catholic, but I do appreciate all their imagery. So my girlfriend is Catholic, so she's pretty much said that all these are Catholic things, and kind of said if they're for communion, or like I said, like funerals or whatever. But let me show you some of these ones. Yeah, I just thought these were all pretty fantastic. And with their colors and designs and imagery, I mean, you see this one, which was very similar to like this one. Yeah, so I thought these are all just pretty fantastic. Yeah, I kind of run through them all. And again, I picked it up. I think I got it for I think it was like $4 for the whole box full of these. So, like I said, I do not know much about them. I do know that on all these cards, like with the exception of like those ones, there's nothing on the back. So that's why we're kind of thinking these must have been all samples or just kind of like blanks to show like various examples of things you can do for like communion. And then like a lot of them will have like a number on the bottom there. It's like 502. This one, there it is. It's got a number right there. USA, was at 1216. And we have a lot of these ones. These are all black and white, so I don't know if they came black and white or if these were just black and white samples just to show the color, or so that you can see the design without having to print for all the colors. But again, a lot of these are just, again, the imagery is fantastic. See that one, and there's that one. That. So I guess like she was saying, like this one would be like a communion card, your first communion. So that one, and then here's like another one. So again, so like a lot of different examples of things you could get for similar circumstances. And again, all of these have blank backs, and then they all do have like that number right there in the bottom. So again, that's what we're kind of thinking. It's the design number, maybe the pattern. And so Yeah, quite fascinating. Like I said, I love these. I have some other, a lot of religious, I got some icons and some other things hanging around. I do love it, even though, like I said, I did grow up in a non kind of religious family, but I would say, I'm not saying I'm not religious, I'm not saying I am religious, I'm kind of just, like, I guess I would say I appreciate it. Or at least, like I said, some aspects of it. So, whole nother discussion we don't need to be getting into. But yeah. So I thought those are cool. So like I said, a bunch of these cards, again, they all seem to be from the 30s. Not real positive. Like I said, there's not a lot to go on. And then I'll just show you these last few things here. There was a few little slips of paper in the back. I don't know if the people added these in later. I'll show you. See that image, which was in, I think it was, let me try to show you. I have to kind of course, it's probably one of the very first ones. Yeah, so almost kind of like that. So again, you see very similar imagery to a lot of these. Which I think there was even another one. Yeah, or even kind of like that even. So anyway, sorry, I got a little sidetracked there. So yeah, so like this prayer was in there. And there's this one to, was it Saint Raphael? So in case you want to read all this, you can just kind of pause it and check it out. Like some old prayers and things. And this one does have a date. Yeah, right down there, 1930. So again, I don't know if that's when it was spoken or if this is when it's from. I do not know. But like I said, so that has 1930 on the card. It says 1930, so or 34. So that's what I was guessing. Primarily, probably the 30s on all of these. But I am far from an expert. Here's the last little one. Hey. Crazy dog barking at something imaginary again. But anyway, yeah, so thought these were pretty cool. Like I said, a bunch of prayer cards and things, probably samples from the 1930s, and thought I'd share them with you guys. And that's something we see every day. So anyway, that's it. Thanks. Bye.